This video will include spoilers for Fantastic Four First Steps. You have been warned. So, Fantastic Four First Steps is bombing at the box office, and I'm kinda sad for two reasons. One is because, well, I already said in my livestream review, I enjoyed it. It's not the greatest comic book movie ever made, it's not the greatest movie Marvel's made, it was clearly made at a terrible time for the MCU. Welcome to the MCU, by the way. You're joining at a bit of a low point, to quote Deadpool. But I'm also sad because my love for these characters. Alright, I love the characters in the comics, I love their source material, I love their storylines, I love their villains. I love what Lee, Kirby, Byrne, and Perez, and Thomas and everyone else did with these characters. But why did this movie bomb? Oh gee, how about you look at the past couple months of this fucking movie as to why it bombed? I thought all the ladies wanted Pedro. I thought women wanted other women, like Pedro. I thought women were gonna feel left out of the movie if there was only Sue, so we needed to change Silver Surfer to a woman. Alright, I thought all the effeminate men who wanted to see a naked woman on a surfboard instead of a man is going to help the movie succeed. Alright, I thought all the politically correct marketing we were doing, like exploring gender politics with Sue, toning down Johnny Storm. They didn't tone down Johnny Storm in the movie. Some people might say, oh, but he's barely like this in the movie. No, he's still Johnny Storm in this movie. Alright. What else? And not to mention, Pedro Pascal is a fucking weirdo. Alright. Fucking that video leaked of him licking a fucking stick that I mocked in a short in that live stream, which was a stream highlight. You know, him acting like, you know, a woman. I know, he's gay, alright? And then, like, all these fucking weird-ass interviewers from Australia, like, oh, do you say Reed is a big daddy? Or, oh, Vanessa Kirby has a big cunty face. I'm like, hire straight people to do your interviews! What the fuck? No more twinks! No more man girls, alright? I just watched one of my favorite movies of all time, Predator, just a couple hours ago before recording this. We need straight people back! We need gender conformers back! Please, come back! And then and also, Ebon Moss-Bachrach is kind of acting like an idiot as of late. I'm gonna throw a fascist into space. Oh, if you don't like being called that, then you are a fascist. No, you're clearly a bully. I guess... I guess black people don't like being called the N-word either. Okay. I guess black people are actually the N-word is what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's enough. So, I blame the failure of Fantastic Four on many different things. One, marketing. Alright, marketing, you still had your identity politics-based marketing, because you can't help yourself with that. Two, it's all kinds of different fatigues. Superhero fatigue, Marvel fatigue, and dare I say it, Fantastic Four fatigue, because there's already been tons of reboots of these characters. Like, first we had the Corman movie, which didn't even release. Alright, contrary to popular belief, I actually think it was supposed to release. I mean, there's no way you're gonna put it all over advertising and just pull it out last minute, alright? And then we had the Tim Story movies, which I know those movies have their fans, but they're clearly way too cheesy compared to who the Fantastic Four are in the comics. Like, it just feels like a parody of itself. But you could definitely tell the people making those movies really were fans of the source material. Alright, and then we had Fan Four Stick, which is still the worst Fantastic Four movie ever made. It's a movie where everyone looks fucking miserable, and, like, it was more focused on being, like, Oppenheimer, or I hate making this comparison with that movie, Temple Grande. What? I need to come up with the first thing that comes to my mind. You want me to talk, don't you? And I still can't believe to this day Fox was actually considering a sequel. I have a theory. They actually weren't going to make a sequel. Like, they knew this movie was going to be shit. They just needed to hold on to the rights. So, I blame marketing and fatigue for all kinds of things for this movie failing. Alright? Now let's talk about the audience side of the Marvel movies. Like, you have your normies who are sick of the MCU because, well, let's be honest, Endgame was a perfect ending. to a 3-movie saga. All right. Like, say what you want about Endgame, but it definitely does feel like an epic final movie. And then you have comic fans who have been being pissed off for a long time. Like, look at me, for example. I'm a comic fan. All right. I could name you tons of characters who Marvel fucked up since 2018. All right. Claw, Black Goliath, Taskmaster. And here, you have Silver Surfer. And also we had White Tiger and Daredevil Born Again. I know there's going to be a bunch of smartasses in the comments talking about Angela Del Toro. No, I am talking about Hector Ayala. You fucked up Hector Ayala by killing his ass off a second later. Your first Latino superhero playing the identity politics card. Alright, so you pissed off comic fans by constantly not adapting things properly. You even admitted you don't want comic fans working on your movies, and this is the first movie where you actually did pay tribute to the comics. Alright. Right. Movies like Eternals, which was marketed to be a tribute to Jack Kirby, that movie was not a tribute to Jack Kirby. Alright, definitely not as much as this movie was. The set designs are nothing like Jack Kirby at all. The suits are shit. They look nothing like Jack Kirby. You can't just put balls on you can't just put balls everywhere and expect people to say Jack Kirby. Alright. So, and the way, I know there's gonna be a bunch of smartasses in the comments. Like, for example, I talked about the scene where, Reed was feeling pain when Galactus was, stretching him. Alright, I was like, okay, I really hope that doesn't mean he's feeling pain, because in the comics, he could stretch for miles and miles, and someone replied to me saying, yeah, I hope that's not the case, too, but you gotta know the MCU's not always been accurate. That is shill cope. That is shill fucking cope what that fucking person just replied to me with. Shill cope. Cope. So yeah, you know, I really miss comics being a niche platform. Alright, because now we have a bunch of these. We also have weird fans too. Like, we have the kind of fans you would expect out of Has-Been Hotel or something like that. I know a lot of people hate it when I compare modern Marvel or modern Star Wars to Has-Been Hotel or a YouTube indie show made by Glitch Productions, but there's a reason why I do that. It's because that's the kind of fan base people like Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige and Victoria Alonso when she was at Marvel want. Alright, why else do they constantly keep advertising their shit as the gayest this and that franchise ever? Alright, why else is there so much girl bossery? Why else is there so much cutesy leftist pandering? Especially with the fans. Like, there's a bunch of accounts on Twitter that say that are named Wanda, Yash Queen, and now there's shipping art with Johnny Storm and Female Silver Surfer. Alright, I really miss when comic books were a niche thing. Superhero comics. I know I wasn't alive yet when they were just niche, but I really miss when we were niche. Alright, ever since I was in my dad's ballsack, I've been yearning for those days again. Alright. So, what is going to be the future of the superhero genre? More importantly, what's going to be the future of the Fantastic Four? I still hope we get a sequel to this movie, because, again, I didn't think it was the worst thing ever made, but just hire better writers. Don't swap anyone like you did last time. I'm not going to do this whole female Silver Surfer argument ever again, alright? It's very exhausting, especially since a lot of female Silver Surfer defenders are those same man girls who called Vanessa Kirby a cunt. Oh my god, Pedro Pascal's daddy. That's a man saying that, for fuck's sake. I honestly think the Fantastic Four brand is dead, alright? It is dead. The only way I think you can revive the Fantastic Four is that if you do, like, a standalone video game, or or like a show similar to X-Men 97. Like, the only way it's gonna survive is with comics, alright? It's with comics. Like, if comics do go back to niche, like, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be successfully fine if they were in comics. But no, Fantastic Four is a dead brand, alright? It's dead. And it's all because, like, they were really given the hands of the wrong people. Alright, I get it, Tim Story is a fan of the comics, but he was more focused on making a comedy. Josh Trank said in the first place he doesn't even like comics, so he wanted to do like a dark and gritty movie. No one wants to see a dark and gritty Fantastic Four. And yeah, this movie also came out in what I like to call the woke era of Hollywood. All right. Because again, there was all the marketing with how they were going to portray some of the characters. Like Pedro Pascal literally said, "I like being led by women." All right. And also, speaking of which, speaking of pissing off comic fans, going back to what I was talking about with reach stretching and shit, apparently they didn't want to go all in on a stretchiness like in the comics because they thought it looked too goofy, quote unquote. Then why make a Fantastic Four movie then? Why make a Fantastic Four movie if you think one of the characters are so fucking dumb? Go make shit. Go back to your all new, all different 2015 Marvel shit. I'd rather you continue to do that than work on shit I actually like. Alright. So yeah, Marvel going back to niche, I would love that. Because we wouldn't have to complain about things being accurate or inaccurate anymore. We wouldn't have to complain about, we wouldn't have to be getting in a bunch of culture wars about an adaptation of a character. Alright. And I'm not saying comics are not off the hook either, because actually it's more than wokeness as to why modern comics suck. It's also because they have to tie into the movies a lot. Like, I've literally seen people say, "Oh, in the comics, the X-Men fought the Eternals." Even though it was a comic that released a month ago. That doesn't count. So yeah. And I kind of think if superheroes go back to niche, maybe we'll get much better writing, much better, way characters are treated, not just Iceman being turned from a ladies' man to a full-on gay twink. No, seriously. Look at how they massacred my boy. So yeah, the superhero movie genre is dead for now. I think it'll come back like 20 years later. Like, of course we will get something superhero related every now and then. But it's like something that Hollywood needs to learn, and it's something they should have learned since the golden era, is that stop making things trends and keep making things for niches. Alright, don't stop doing westerns for a bit. Don't stop doing mobster films for a bit. Don't stop doing monster movies for a bit. Alright, keep doing them. Just don't make them highly budgeted. Just make them for that niche, and that niche would show up. But you choose not to. You decide to go with what's ever cool at the moment. So yeah, the superhero genre is dead. The Fantastic Four franchise is dead. I hope they do another Fantastic Four movie if they do a reboot of the MCU, but just hire competent people. Alright, nope, if you're gonna adapt Coming of Galactus, which they're definitely not gonna do again, Coming of Galactus is gonna have the Dark Phoenix curse when it comes to adaptations. Do not give us a female Silver Surfer with your dumb excuse that she was in a comic. One comic. One series, 5 issues in that one series. Alright, I don't want to see any Yas Queen Silver Surfer accounts on Twitter. Alright, I don't want you to try to use media as a platform for wanting all men to be acting like girl homos, like Pedro Pascal. Alright, there's nothing wrong with the norm. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. And if superheroes are going back to niche, I think I might have plans of my own for movies, maybe? Huh. What do you guys think of that?